saving the best for last. My oldest cousin, library board member Joyce Allen. Okay. Did I miss any elected officials? I got her in one capacity. I missed her in the charter revision capacity. So you get to stand up twice. Now, I hope we are going to, under the auspices of Angela Petroff, the executive director of the Pontiac Creative Arts Center, we're going to conduct a project of the Sesquicentennial. There are flyers at the door because we're going to do a time capsule. How many of you have these flyers? Angela, we need to get some more flyers out here. Angela had to leave. Angela's assistant, her co-chair, is going to help. Because we're going to collect items of significance and create a time capsule. If you've got any mementos, any artifacts, please take them to the Art Center on November the 20th. Okay. Now, we're blessed with the presence of Deputy County Executive Matt Gill. Matt is no stranger to government. Before he became the Deputy County Executive, he was Orion Township Supervisor. Did I get that right? He's been no stranger to Pontiac. He's already, he came to a Sesquicentennial Commission meeting early into his tenure as a Deputy County Executive and said, hey, look here, we're going to work with regard to 7 catalyst projects in the city of Pontiac. He's met with numerous organizations in this city. The Pontiac Business Development Association, his office has always been open, and he has turned his staff loose. And we look forward to a continued enhanced relationship with County Executive Matt Gill.
Well, good evening, everyone. And I tell you, it's humbling to be a speaker on this stage with the work that's gone before me, really. This is wonderful. But I do have a suggestion for the time capsule. I think you should put Hubert's birth certificate in there. He's excited about that Tocqueville book because, he's in 2nd grade when that was written.
I thought I looked good.
He looked good. I mean, Dr. Breeder was your teacher, I know, but that's what a great evening and a great night and so many friendly faces. It's certainly a pleasure for someone like me to be a part of something like this, but really in a larger sense, just offer some reflections on it. Because I'm not a son of Pontiac. I'm almost a grandson of Pontiac. As many of you know, I've spoke before that my grandparents met in the factories here in the war effort in the 40s, and God bless my grandfather had that diabetes or whatever he had that kept him in the Navy but out of the war, and he met my beautiful grandma there in the parts room of this plant. And as I've told Kyle, I bet they met at that Sears store, Kyle. I'm sure they did. So Pontiac's near and dear to my heart, and it's great. But a lot of us, sometimes we forget to reflect on the real impact of history and how that makes an impact on our lives today and the work that we'll do going forward. Now, I was raised in an octagon house over in Washington, Michigan. It's not too far from here, just about 5-6 miles if you go on a straight line. And I'm sure that there was an old Indian path or there was an old cart path that got there back when this city was born, and certainly when the village was born. Now, that old house was built by a man named Lorne Andrews, and Lorne Andrews was an abolitionist. He had an old tree next to that house called the Beacon Tree. And when you follow all the documents, all the way to Sarnia, you see the concepts of what the importance of this region was to history. brave men that left places like Pontiac and fought in the Civil War. I mean, you can find those documents, and you can trace those men. And you can find the women that worked hard at the effort that was left behind in those days. And that was all here, in places like Pontiac. And we get to be the gracious beneficiaries of all of that history now as we think about the Sesquicentennial, not in the sense of the celebration of the hard work and the effort, but the great glory that we can maybe give to God every once in a while to say, God bless that we are here because of that history. We are in a place like this because of that history. And I dare say my grandparents taught me well that if you don't preserve it and you forget about it, then shame on you. But worse yet, shame on all of us. And so I'm so grateful to be here. So the Sesquicentennial tonight, the doctor said speak for 15 minutes, and I probably won't take that much time because it means something more to me in the city of Pontiac. And I see some of my team out here, Brett Raskin and Dan Hunter, certainly Bob Donahue, who you know. We have been so blessed in the last 18 months to become a greater partner to Pontiac than I think Oakland County has really ever been. And I have to thank all of you for that. I certainly thank the fine members up here and Representative Grammel, who I'll see you in church one of these days. I haven't seen you in a few weeks now, Tim. I got to get back on there. I'm calling you out now. Tim and I go to church. I can call him Tim. I don't have to call him Representative. I sit down his mom in church. So it's good. But I have to really thank you because, for someone like me to come to Pontiac, even though it's the county seat, my office is right around the corner. And I love this city. I really do. I have to be invited to be a partner of yours. And I would not have it any other way. And I know that Brooks would not have it any other way as well for our administration. Because we want to work with you to rebuild the city. And I have to tell you, Council President, that I sat in that room over at Lighthouse with the governor and with Dr. Ed Montgomery from the White House and your former mayor, rest of his soul. He and I said, and several others say that we're not going to let this fail here.